throwable is also parent of the error. So why you are going till throwable? You can go through till exception. So exception is much better than throwable. So if you have catch exception, it can handle any type of exceptions. No need to execute this program. It's same.
So in C++ we have generic catch block. So is it same here?
Yeah, correct. In C++ we have catch with 3 ellipses. That is generic catch block. Isn't it? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Ellipses, three dots. So here exception. In Java we have a perfect hierarchy. Base class, child class. Example 5. Okay. Look at this rule. Read this rule. Very important. One try and multiple catch block. When you write one try and multiple catch block, the rule is the most specific catch block should precede most generic catch block. The most specific catch block, that means child class, must precede the most generic catch block, parent class. What does that mean? Look at this code. First of all, look at that one try and multiple catch, number 1. Number 2 is, despite we have exception here, array index is written. Why? Exception can catch any exception, including array index. So why do we have a separate catch for array index? Reason, if I want to perform any specific task in case of array index out of bound exception. So catch may, I want to perform a specific job or specific task. If array index out of bound exception is there, for all other exceptions, I do not have any specific requirement. A common statement, okay, just print stack trace. So in that case, I will go for special catch block. But when I go for special array index with catch exception, the rule is first catch with array index and then catch with exception. If you do vice versa, you will get compilation error. Compilation error. So when you write one try and multiple catch block, the rule is the most specific catch block should precede the most generic catch block. Here, most specific catch block is array index. The most specific, the most generic catch block is catch with exception. So this should be the order. This is the correct order.
Sir, can we read the statement?
Yeah. Problem क्या है? If exception comes before array index, exception will catch array index also, and in that case, array index will become unreachable code. That's the problem.
Hello, sir. Sir, just now you said about the parent child. So is this the same?
Yeah.
Okay.
Array index is the child and exception is the parent. No?
Yeah.
So catch with child must come first and then catch with parent.
Okay. So also the reference will be the same?
That's a local. No?
Yeah.
A is a local. So you write same or different doesn't make any difference.
Okay.
So this program will compile. But if you write vice versa, if you write catch exception first, exception array index out of bound exception has already been caught. तो इसका मतलब ये हुआ ये कैच ब्लॉक जो लिखा है आपने which the catch block which you have written is unreachable because that array index can be collected here, so this becomes unreachable code. That's why this is not allowed. Notice that SOP AE, so we have two string method. I told you two string methods you will see everywhere. Now in this case, what does that two string method displays? Let's see. Java.lang.array index out of bound exception 4. Why 4? Because of 4 you got the exception. That's the reason. That's the reason. Example 6. What is new in example 6? Example 6, along with try and catch, we have finally. Now try block is to write possible statements which might cause exception. Try, let me try. If I get any problem, I will handle it. So how do you handle? Catch. So catch block is to handle. Try block is to write possible statements which might cause exceptions. Catch block is for handling. Whole and sole purpose of catch is to handle. Finally, this is something additional. Now about finally block is that finally block gets executed irrespective of whether exception is raised or not. This is exactly opposite of catch. You know, catch block executes only and only when exception comes. When there's no exception, no catch. But finally ka वैसा नहीं. Finally block always executes whether exception is there or not. So ये finally जो है, this can be used for releasing the resources. And people use this finally for releasing the resources. The other place where we can release our resources is finalize method, which you know. Now I have been asking this finalize method, I think since last week. What is finalize method in Viva? So finalize method is a method which gets called just before object garbage collection. Just before object garbage collection. So that finalize method we can utilize in order to release the resources. But we cannot rely on finalize. We cannot rely on finalize. Why? Because object garbage collection is not guaranteed across various JVM implementation. So across various JVM implementation, when exactly finalize method will be called, that is not guaranteed. So I cannot rely completely on finalize method for releasing the resources. I can take a chance. I can take a chance. But then I have got one more option now, very good option to release my resources, and that is finally. तो exception आए नहीं आए, release करना है resources को. We have to release resources inside finally. So finally can be used for that. Finally block is a block which gets executed irrespective of whether exception gets raised or not. How can you use finally? For what purpose you will use finally? We can use finally for the purpose of releasing the resources. Why it is so? Because we cannot rely completely on the finalize method. तो यहाँ पे ARR4 करोगे तो exception will come, control will go to catch, control will go to finally, and then array assign. ARR3 करोगे तो you know no exception, so no catch, but finally will get called and array assign. So first I will show you output of this program with 4. आराम से देखना है, कोई घाई नहीं है, with ARR4. See, array created, फिर exception आया तो catch में गया, then finally I am always printed and array assign and array assign. If I make it 3, so 3 के केस में क्या होगा? 3 के केस में no exception, so no catch, but finally will get called. But finally will get called. Now look at the example. Take your own time.
सर वो आउटपुट साइड बाय साइड रखिए ना.
Okay. अभी ARR3 के केस में ये हुआ, array created, I am always printed array assign.
Please mute yourself.
Which can hold 10 elements will be created and that array will go during runtime. That arrangement is there. ये क्या कोई